can't get our own anything unless it's wrapped up in a joke like this, or unless it.
Okay, guys, I actually disagree with King Lion on this one for only one reason. This movie was not made by or for the black community. This is the man who wrote the story and directed it. So he had full creative control on what was going to be in that movie and what story he wanted to tell. As you can see, this man is half black, half white. And if you go to his Instagram, he is a stark conservative. And not only does he hang out with racist conspiracy theorists who literally are on the hook for saying stuff like the Sandy Hook shooting was a false flag operation, or the fact that his whole base is the Ku Klux Klan and white supremacists. This dude is obviously a loyal black conservative who is doing his best to try and be cool with the people who absolutely despise him and are using him for his skin color. He's the exact same as Candace Owens or Clarence Thomas or even Clayton Bigsby. The crazy part is that he has the aesthetics of a black person, so if he's on the road and pulled over by a cop, he's gonna be treated just like a black person. And these people all probably talk crap about him when he leaves the room. So no, King Lion, that whole movie was not a joke. Since we were packaged up, stolen, and shipped off to America, there has always been somebody willing to sell out their own race to make their life just a little bit more cushier. And if anybody has read up on slave rebellions, those people, they get axed first because they're the most dangerous in our black community. We've known this for the last 500 years. So anyway, what do you guys think about this sellout?
Well, that take was completely moronic and devoid of anything that has to do with the entire process of making a movie, from the writing to the producing to the directing to the editing. I want you to hear from other people and their reviews of the movie.
So last night I checked out the American Society of Magical Negroes, and I was kind of hoping for something that hit a bit different. Something that really got me thinking. It's got this intriguing setup about a young guy who joins up with this secret group of magical black people whose mission is to make white people's lives easier. Sounds like it could really dive deep into something thought-provoking, but honestly, it felt like it kind of missed the boat. The heart of the story tries to unpack some heavy stuff about race and societal expectations and the feelings of normalcy and security that are often taken for granted by those who do not face marginalized challenges based upon their race, which is super relevant and could have been powerful. But then it kind of gets lost in a love story that doesn't really gel with the bigger picture it's trying to paint. It's like the film wants to say something significant, but then it shies away and gets caught up in a romance that, while sweet and showing off some great chemistry between Justice Smith and Ann Lee Bogan, ends up steering us away from the meatier discussion. I was really rooting for it to dig into the whole idea of white discomfort and what that really means on a deeper level. But that theme just didn't get the spotlight it deserved. Instead, we're left with a narrative that skims the surface and doesn't fully commit to exploring the real magic that could have come from tackling such a complex issue head on. Justice Smith really does his best to pull us through, and there are moments where you can't help but be charmed by him. But even with this standout performance, the film can't quite shake off its identity crisis. It bounces back and forth between trying to be a thought-provoking piece and a love story, without really nailing either in a memorable manner. So what's the verdict? I'm giving the American Society of Magical Negroes a 54%. The American Society of Magical Negroes had some potential to make a big splash with its unique premise, but in the end it felt like it just skimmed the surface of something that could have been really impactful. It's one of those films where you see the promise, but it just doesn't quite deliver on getting deep into the conversation it starts. Kind of a bummer, because with a bit more focus, it could have been something special.
To the dude who created American Society of Magical Negroes,
you have been promoted. You have been promoted to #1 on my on-site list.
and I know y'all probably thinking, bro, what is his on-site list, bro? That I have people that I dislike a lot, you know, that's celebrities, or they may not be celebrities, you know, that I just gotta shoot my one with when I see them. You know, and Jaden Smith was #1. He was #1, but this Kobe guy, he took his spot. Oh yeah, he took his spot, bro. Yeah, cause what is this? You turned down so many scripts, man. All them great scripts you turn down, all these companies turn down each year. You know? All the things you could have did with this plot, man. And you decided to make Negroes serve white people with magic. Like this is so disrespectful, bro. Like nobody was like, hey, bro, this might not be it. This might not be it. Nobody said that, bro. Nobody. They was just all like, yeah, this the one right here. This the one. Yup. They gonna love this. Like, what? You thought we was gonna love that? You thought we were gonna love a movie? Well, Negroes. Well, niggas finally got power, magical power, and we chose to serve white people. We chose to serve white people. This boy mad, boy. He's a madman.
I just got back from watching the American Society of Magical Negroes, and I can tell you right now, this is not no damn Harry Potter, Hermione, or motherfucking Draco Malfoy. What the fuck was that? There was a lot of controversy going on with this movie when the trailer dropped, but since I like to do movie reviews and put y'all on to things along with makeup and glam, follow me for that, I went into this with an open mind, thinking that maybe I'd be wild and there'd be something more beyond what the trailer showed us. The director himself said that this movie is supposed to be putting a lie to the false promise of assimilation. I watched this movie with that in mind, and I can tell you now that it didn't really do that for me. And I kept watching this movie and I was like, why are we here? This is really weird. Also mentioned that most of the theater was white folks. So the Society of Magical Negroes, basically they're there to keep white people happy because it's showing how white discomfort is the most dangerous thing in America, because from males and females that causes a lot of black death and racial terror and outrage, etc., which is true. I do agree with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, white outrage and white discomfort is a problem. The only powers that they have are used to make white people feel good. It's not used to just like fly around and cast spells or whatever. It's literally just for the benefit of their white clients. So y'all know, like on Charm, how they had charges. It's kind of like that. So whoever your charge is, you get assigned to that person and you use your powers to make them happy. So it's not like broomsticks and cool powers or whatever. Like, the power's not even that great. So that was one thing I didn't really care for either. So y'all finally gave us a movie where black folks got magic, and the magic is lame and it can only be used to benefit the white counterparts. And I'm supposed to be entertained. I was gonna say don't piss me off, but it's too late. So the way the rules go, if you upset your charge or the white person that you have outside the lines, then everybody in the whole thing loses their powers. And the drama of the story is the main character falls in love with a non-black girl. They don't really cover that because the race thing, their interracial dating, is not really an issue in the movie. Like, they're like, who you can date her, but because his white counterpart, the white charge he has, likes this girl, now he can't like her no more, and it causes conflict. Another reason why this movie falls flat is because the climactic moment is not really that climactic. It's pretty much him saying that he just now realizes that his black life does matter and that he does deserve to be happy in this world, and he shouldn't be apologizing and trying to live for white people's comfort, which is true and a great thing, but it's also like, okay, like, it took him going through this. It was just like, I don't know. I watched interviews also where can tell that this was made from a biracial man with a biracial star. So this is more so like his story, because I didn't relate to this much at all, especially because they don't speak on colorism here. They don't speak on like black women in this situation. They don't speak on like the black femicide or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, that, it doesn't touch on those things either. It just vaguely, it has this looming good message there and intention that doesn't really hit, and they don't really dive into. They don't take it where it needed to really go or could have gone. And there were so many holes in the story, like the society, like how far does it go? Who really founded this? Why are the powers so lame?
Did Tyler Perry have something to do with this?
Magical movie with black folks and their only powers are to make white people happy. And there's no like overcoming and now they switch over. Like, that doesn't happen in the movie. I'm sorry to spoil it, but it doesn't happen where they use their powers to then uplift black people and fight racism and liberation and those type of things. And feed the poor, feed the hungry, and go to the hood, and, do the thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, not making Kool-Aid freeze pops what they want. So it's not a ghetto Harry Potter, like Candace Owens said. So far removed from anything like that, in my personal opinion. The ghetto Harry Potter thing is so disgusting and lame to say anyways. I genuinely love movies, and I like to push out on to a lot of things that I do love, and this is just not one of those things. I like to think critically and enjoy the film and try to find good things about it that I enjoyed. But there was so much of this that I can't think of anything, because this was an uncomfortable watch, especially having, like, sitting next to a bunch of white people watching this movie and laughing at some of the jokes that I personally didn't find funny. It's described as a comedy. I wasn't really laughing, and it wasn't like I was going in there angry. I just didn't find a lot of it funny.
If there's one thing you should be able to take away from this, is that if you want to look at a movie that has a bunch of people excited based off of the title and the premise and how funny it is and all the memes that came out about it, and you want to go into it thinking this is going to be great, and then a trailer comes out and then you're ultimately disappointed by the concepts, and you want to make all these random boogeymans up because you feel in your mind you have the right idea on what would make a good movie for Hollywood, even though you don't. You just bitch about things 24/7 and how you think Hollywood is so doomed, yet you ignore all the good things that have come out of Hollywood. You might want to do something a little bit different the next time something comes out and you get excited, but you're not paying attention to the developments and the PR going on. Go into it with expectations that make sense for you. All this random black Harry Potter, all this random, oh, let's get upset because the female protagonist or the female love interest is not a dark person of color, even though this is supposed to be about a movie where we're the magical Negroes and we shouldn't be always helping white people, even though it's some secret message about helping white people and how we have to live with it or we'll die. How about next time you don't really spend all this time getting so excited about a political narrative, because oftentimes with a lot of entertainment, it could either hit the home run or completely strike out. And based on the basic reactions from people when it comes to this movie, whatever message they were trying to send completely struck out. Subscribe to the channel. Let me know, did you go see the Magical Negro movie? I did. I enjoyed it for what it was. I didn't walk into it thinking, oh my God, I'm about to be given a message that will enlighten me. I just wanted to waste an hour and 44 minutes of my time, and I did, and I enjoyed it. Let me know what you thought about it if you went to go see it in the comments down below. Subscribe to the channel. I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.